All right, number 7. A retail company has 50 large stores located in different areas throughout the state. A researcher for the company believes that employee job satisfaction varies greatly from store to store. Which of the following sampling method is most appropriate to estimate the proportion of all employees of the company who are satisfied with their job? Okay, so the company have 50 stores, right? So we want to know if, and then the satisfaction varies from store to store. Okay, so what would be the best sampling method here if you want to know overall if the employee are satisfied or not? Okay, so let's go through each answer choices then. A says selecting one of the 50 stores at random and then survey each employee at that store. Well, would that work if we just select one store here? No, right? Because all 50 stores, we know it varies from store to store. So depending on the location of the store, okay, they might have different opinions. So if we're just selecting one store, you see, this might not be a good representation of all the stores here. Okay. So we preferably we want to select some people from each store here, right? So that will represent everybody. Okay. So if we're just selecting from one of the 50 store, that's not gonna work. Okay. B says selecting 10 employees from each store at random and then survey each employee selected. But this is actually a good method to use because we're selecting from each store, and from each store, we're randomly selecting 10 people, right? So it's a random selection, and we're selecting from each store. And then this will represent all the employees because we have somebody from each store, right? 10 people from each store. So that's good. Okay, so let's look at C and D just to make sure. C says survey the 25 highest paid employee and 25 lowest paid employee. Will that work? Well, no, right? Because how about the other employees, right? Who are in the middle, right? We don't have any representation from those people, right? So it's not going to be a good sampling method here. D says creating a website on which employees can express their opinion and use the first 50 responses. This won't work because this is more like a volunteer response, right? So those people who respond are more likely to have a stronger opinion, right? If they're a volunteer to respond, those who have a stronger opinion, whether that's positive or negative, are more likely to respond than the other people. So it does not represent all the people in the company. Right? It's not a good fair representation. So then not D. And so the best answer here out of these four have to be B. Okay. So that should be our final answer there.